Welcome to Optic Tea with LonnieB, the online talk show which connects you with people all over the world.
Go ahead, be great.
Hear about their successes, failures, and the journey taken to bring them to where they are today. Now, let's listen to Optic Tea with the host, LonnieB.
Good evening, everyone, and it's me, LonnieB, back again, here today to share with you two awesome ladies, Sherry Dobbins-Jones and Dr. Lori Butler. Today, they'll be talking about their journey and their projects that they have going on. And of course, as always, we welcome everyone to tag a friend, text a friend, tweet a friend, and let them know that we're on tonight. And as always, thank you for those who have tuned in, as we always welcome and we thank you for coming in. So let's just give it a few minutes before we get tonight started. And let's just let the people come in tonight. If you're viewing, please go ahead and type in the comments and let us know where you are from tonight. Say hello to us. Let us know. How's everyone's week been? Awesome. So the numbers are coming in. Tag a friend, text a friend, tweet a friend. Y'all, my days have been off with this weather in Texas. It has been crazy. We had the ice. We had so much going on. But that's okay. Made it through, right? But you know, I tell everyone, I say Texas weather is so bipolar. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started tonight. Hope everyone had a good week. Be sure, as I stated, to tag a friend, text a friend, and tweet a friend. You are tuning in tonight with LonnieB. Optic Tea tonight. We have two ladies that we'll be talking to tonight, Sherry Dobbins-Jones and Dr. Lori Butler. They'll be sharing with you about some of their projects, things that they have going on and what they have been doing, and actually how they've survived the pandemic. And they're both Texas ladies, so I would love to hear actually how they have survived this whole, I call it the bipolar winter that we've had, with ice one day, heat the next day, warm, cold. I mean, it has just been crazy. Of course, everyone knows that everything that Texas has been going through. So please be sure to pray for those families who have been impacted or affected by the weather that has happened. Please keep our city and our state in your prayers, as there is a lot that's going on. There have been some deaths, there have been some illnesses, but most importantly, actually in fires. So to the family, there is a family that was in DeSoto, Texas. The family actually, some of the family made it out, but unfortunately, two of the children they actually pulled them out, but they were pronounced dead at the hospital. So please keep that family in your prayers as well. But let's go ahead and get started for tonight. Tonight we have Miss Sherry Dobbins will be our first guest. She is the founder of We Run This DFW organization, and actually it's also a movement, so you'll actually hear about it. They actually do motivate, they build, and they serve. That's the principles that they're built upon. So while these ladies are working out, getting fit and getting in shape, they're doing it to strengthen their minds, their body, but also at the same time providing a service and being a service to the community in which they live and serve. And I keep saying they, y'all, but I'm actually part of that movement as well. So I'm super happy. So please bear with me, join in and give a virtual hand clap as I bring on Miss Sherry Dobbins. Hey, Sherry.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. So I was just telling everyone about you before I brought you on about the We Run This. But before we get into Rerun This, everyone, Sherry and I go back, oh my God, 1986. We were just talking about that. 1986, Booker T. Washington, High School of the Performing and Visual Arts.
Yeah. Yes, darling.
Yes, we're actually even closer than that because we used to ride the bus from our home school, Kimball High School, every morning and every day in the afternoon. But so I think it's been probably what, 5 or 6 years that we've
I think
reconnected.
so. I
Yeah,
believe so with social media. I
exactly.
didn't join until 2013. So
Okay,
somewhere in there. But we did run into each other in Grand Prairie.
we did.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
And y'all, can you believe it? Sherry was in theater. We were just talking about that. Not for some reason, I thought she sung.
music. Mhm, mhm.
I
I
thought she was
always
in
like a
music.
singer.
And you know, it's funny. I watched Tisha Calhoun, right? I
Uh-huh.
watch her now, and Tisha has that hair, the makeup brush. She's always singing. Well, she had that on the bus back in high school. So
Yep.
that brush has been her microphone for years.
Yes,
But I mean, you know, it's so good to see that so many of us are doing good and doing well,
it
because
is.
there's some that didn't have that opportunity.
That's true.
So what have you been doing? Tell us about Miss Sherry.
Well, I have been surviving the pandemic. I am grateful. I can say I've been actively employed. Um, it, as devastating as it has been in hearing all the tragic stories, I stay prayerful for those families. But for myself, I have to say I've spent more time with my family
Mhm.
and saving time working from home, not being involved in the hustle and bustle and trying to get to work and run around. And my daughter's not playing sports anymore, so I'm not running around with that. But I just get more me time, and
Mhm.
I find that I'm able to manage my life a little better. I wouldn't say that I prefer this time. I would just say it was an opportunity to get grounded, to take this time that we've been afforded to. I won't say be stuck at home because we kind of back out again, but that long period of time that we did not foresee a year ago. That it's almost been a whole year now that
Wow.
we would be in our homes or wearing masks. I walked in the store just last week without my mask. I mean, I forgot. I do wear it. It was in a car. I went back and grabbed it. But I'm just saying, I think we're starting to get, I don't want to say too comfortable, but in a sense, if we're forgetting, but walking around like, how much longer? So it's
Mhm.
just evident of the times that we're in now. So I have been spending my time being more creative with the We Run This group and saying like, okay, now that we're home, some of the ladies are not getting out. And the first thing that I really noticed how it affected the group was we were meeting every Saturday morning. And even though we were outside, walking and sweating and having the mask on was kind of a deterrent and also being afraid to come outdoors.
Mhm.
So a lot of the ladies start staying inside. And I was like, okay, as well as myself. After a while, I was like, well, I'm outside. We're social distance. We're doing good. But at some point, when the weather changed, staying inside allowed me to be more creative. There's a lot of in-home workouts. But most of all, Lonnie, I would tell you the mindset. If
Yes.
and every morning I wake up with the ladies on my mind. I don't even think they would believe that, but my heart goes out to them and where are they? How are they doing? I absolutely miss them because we did service events,
Yes.
physical events, social events, and I will tell you, everyone doesn't have to do the physical part,
Mhm.
with the group. It can be the social aspect or the servicing aspect. So I do like to keep it broad. It is open to all of the women, but staying engaged through social media. So I used before I joined social media, you would hear so much negative content to it, like, oh, it can be messy well, surround yourself around the good. As
Mhm.
we were speaking, you and I reconnected through social media.
We did.
And just being able to have that technology to reach ladies afar. Some of the ladies in the group are not local, but they're still active. I still get comments of them saying how it's been a blessing to them, how it's been motivating to them. And I will post a corny, I guess I wouldn't say it's corny, but sometimes I'm in that theatrical mood where I want to share, like, get up and work out, let's do this. And to me, I'm thinking it's just me. I do want to motivate them, and I'm gone about the day. And it was like, oh, you really motivate me to get up and move. And afterwards, I was like, my knee, my feet, my legs, my back.
Right.
But I enjoyed every bit of it. I
Well,
tell
and like I was telling you a moment ago, um, I think I saw you the other day. You were sweating. Uh, it was a post you had. I forgot. It
yeah,
was either
I
yesterday or
don't,
the day before.
it
But I
was
mean, every time I see him, it makes me feel guilty. And I'm like, okay, Lonnie, get up, work out, do what
a
you got
good
to
guilt,
do.
a good guilt,
Yes, it's a
right?
good guilt, and
A
it's a
good guilt.
healthy
Yeah.
guilt.
Mm.
Yes. So, I mean, keep doing it. And it's so y'all, it's very funny because she would laugh on the school bus, but I mean, to hear her interacting and to see her interacting the way she does with the We Run This movement, it is like it's so refreshing, and it's funny because when you don't run into people, that clock stops and you think, okay, well, they're still the same person they were, not knowing that they come full circle and blossom.
That
I,
is, let me tell you, what you just said is so true. And I made a post saying, I'm not the person I was 20 years ago. I said, I'm not even the same person I was last week. I have evolved. And honestly, my connection has been more with people who did not know me then. Some of them still connected, but once you know that person, then that's the image you have. So it takes an experience with them to see them and to learn of their growth. You
right.
know, Lonnie, I look at you as, I won't say the baby, but I was older and you
Yes.
were sweet. And so when I, and still you are. And when I watch your show, I'm like, she's a grown woman. She's handling business. I said, I need to interview you. Let's see what you got going on. So like, man, she is doing the thing. So I'm honored to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Mhm.
It's good. I love it because these are the times when you find those hidden gems that are right in your community. It's always something for someone because you have that person who says, "Oh, I want to work out and I want to get involved." And for me, I hated going to the track and being the only one by myself.
Right.
I spent more time looking over my shoulder and watching my surroundings instead
Mhm.
of really getting a good workout in. So, I did not make it out to many We Run This events, but I remember you always telling us if you can't join in, join right where you are. So there were
That's
many
right.
times I joined in right where I was. But talking about We Run This, when did you start it? Because it started before the pandemic.
Oh, yes. It was actually 2013. And it was the reason why I joined social media. Before that, I was walking in the community, and a friend of mine and we would walk. Well, she moved, so I didn't have that walking buddy. I picked up, and so I didn't walk as often. And then another friend and I started walking, and I always had a passion to bring women together.
Yes.
And I really wanted to network. My heart vision was to have this huge convention where everybody came and brought their business and tell everybody about it because I want them to buy your stuff. I want them to know about your ministry. So how do I do that? So We Run This is not just physical. We support in as far as networking as well. So as I was walking in the community, I shared with a friend, crazy mean, because I've never been athletic. I was tall all of my life for no reason at all. Just the genes. So late in life, I started becoming active. Not real active, socially active. We did Zumba, we did kickboxing, hot yoga. We would always try something different, and it was fun. So as we was walking in the community, I did a blast text to all of the ladies I knew because one lady was like, "Oh, thank you, I enjoyed this." So I was like, "Oh, okay, this is pretty cool," and I just started telling everyone about it. Well, it was too many cars on my street line up coming to the meet so we can walk on Saturdays. And so one of the friend of mine that's very active in the group and helped me tremendously, she said, why don't we meet at the park? They can park their cars there. So we've been at Friendship Park every Saturday since 2013.
Okay.
Well, I say every Saturday. We used to get out in inclement weather. Lonnie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was low temps, and they was like booted up. We have hoodies, we got socks. We was like, put your stuff on, put
Right.
your leggings on, and let's get out and let's do this. We've done walks in the cold when it was ice on the ground. So for me, it was great because the time that I wanted to say no or not show up, I
Mhm.
couldn't. So it
Wow.
just kept me active. So it started with walking in the community. It
Okay.
expanded to a blast text, and we just started walking every Saturday. And then it turned into different events, different walking events. And then silly me tells her, I want to do a 5K. She was like, really? And she had done marathons. So she was like, cool, I'm going to find us one. I was like, okay. So it was real cute to get the t-shirts, but now it's time to do the walk. So when we did that first 5K, I was like, what was I thinking? But crossing that finish line was everything. And so as soon as I crossed, I said, sign me up again. So our first one was a cancer event. And then we just started signing up for the next one and the next one. And we've been doing it since 2013. And that's how I got on social media, because the organization that we would sign up for the 5K for would do their pictures, their photos, and oh, everything's on Facebook. And I was like, I'm not on Facebook. So I had to tell my friend, hey, get me on Facebook.
And so I have one picture, and I don't know, is this from the first one?
It wasn't the first one, but it's our favorite one. I think that was Jigabutt. And that's
Oh,
us in our hoodies and with our gear on. And that's one of my favorite pictures also. Let me tell you the one thing I wanted to let everyone know, because they would say, I don't run. Sherry doesn't run.
Sherry walks.
Sherry walks. I and the walk has slowed down, but I do cross the finish line.
Good.
So
Okay.
I really wanted the women to know that. I wanted to reach the ones that look like me, felt like me, struggled like me, to
Okay.
show them that if I can do it, you can do it too. So that's my greatest satisfaction, is when they say, you know what, when I didn't believe I could, Sherry showed me, or someone in the group showed me that I could. And ever since then, I'm better for it.
Awesome. And so now, if someone wants to join the movement, I know that we have the website, but how do they get involved? I mean, I know how, but you tell them, how can they get involved with the We Run This movement?
Follow us on the social outlets. And on Instagram, it is at We Run This DFW. On
Mhm.
Facebook is We Run This. And that's where we post our events, our activities. We give our inspiration quotes, our health tips. As I have reached a milestone age during the pandemic, I have become more creative along with the physical challenges. And I say that because, with the back and the knees, we just have to become more healthier and learn that what we intake, it affects our body.
Absolutely.
When they say you are what you eat, I am the visual for that.
Yeah.
And it's not always the best, but I don't even want to be presented as the best, because that's when the other ones get deterred that are not the best.
Absolutely.
Be transparent and show my struggles, so you would know it is a struggle. That's the reality of it. But get back up again. You don't have
Absolutely.
to win. Just don't quit. Just don't
Right.
give up. Yeah.
So I want to go and give a few shout outs, people that have actually come in. So let's see. Do you know this person at the bottom of the screen?
Oh, that's my man. That's my husband. That's
So
my number one fan there. Next to my
uh,
mother. Now, mother don't play now, but that's the man. That's the big guy, is what I call him on social media. That's
y'all,
Jeff.
did y'all see the change in her smile? She said that's
Girl hard.
and I watched the two of you because I think you share your anniversary and everything. And how many years ago been married?
It will be, come on, Lonnie. It
Okay.
will be 20. Oh, he's gonna get me.
Just say you were high school sweetheart. Were you high school
It'll be
sweetheart?
25 years this year. Yes, in November. It'll be 25 years.
Like I'm waiting on him to put a comment in there.
Girl, he's probably gone.
Let's see. Miss Kimber said, "Hey,
That's
Kimber
my
Van."
best friend. But
Oh,
she's a top ranked fan too. I mean, She's
Good.
there for me. And she tells me I can do anything all the time.
We can, right?
That's right. We can.
Let's see. Jennifer Hill says, hi, Sherry.
Now, Jennifer, she's misrun this. Jennifer was like, you better not ever stop it. And when you think about it, she snaps me back in place. When I'm dragging
Yeah.
that one foot, yes, that's Jennifer.
Thank you, Miss Jennifer.
Yeah. Hey, Jennifer, Kim, Jeffrey.
Yes. Tamika Ward. We both know her.
Hi, Tamika.
And let's see. Pam. Actually, Pam is actually going to be one of the guests on the shows. Her story is impeccable, phenomenal. But I cannot wait for her to come on. And she said, inspired to start walking again. Thanks, lady. Pam.
Yes, Pam. Keep moving, even if you got to move in place. I bought a step when the weather was bad outside and COVID and pandemic, the little step. So I was like, no excuses.
Does that work?
Yes, if you use it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So what I'm saying is I'm not on it as often as I should.
Uh-huh.
But I do step. It does, just step up on it, and it keeps you from getting bored when you're not stepping in place. And YouTube has everything. There's free videos
Yes.
on step exercises. So
Awesome.
yes, it works.
So Annie Martinez says hi.
Hi, Annie.
Here is something for you.
Okay.
Stephanie Arsenault. Do you know her?
She's my sister.
Yeah.
Not blood, but that's my sister. My spirit sister that she's a huge rerun this lady.
So she said it, and I read these comments because so many times, you don't hear them, or you don't, public doesn't hear them. You'll hear them. And she says, not a question, but a praise. Thankful for the encounter with Sherry that connected me with the group. I have loved every bit of it. Connect long with women who support each other. And that is so true, because I know that there's a lot of ladies in there I don't know, but anytime, we have any of us have anything going on, Sherry always says, be sure to post it, let us know. So I her Stephanie, thank you, Sherry for the show, for the group. Jennifer and Kimber are laughing at you.
Girl, I know.
So you do have a question, and it's from Anita
Jones. That's my mother.
Hi, Mother. So she said, is there an age limit for members?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's our honorary member right there. And she has the shirt too.
Yes.
Yep.
Talking about shirts,
Yes.
talking about items, how can one take advantage of purchasing some of the We Run This Movement items?
Contact me directly. My email is S like Sherry, J like Jeff, D like David, O like Oscar, B like boy, B like boy, at sbcglobal.net. I know it's the old one. SJDobb at sbcglobal.net. Or if you join the Facebook group, all of the photos on there, they get an opportunity to take a look at the different merchandise we have. And they can comment on that group, and myself or one of the other administrators would definitely respond.
Okay, so you all heard it. You can get the items. You can purchase the items from SJDobb at sbcglobal.net, or definitely go to the Facebook page. We Run This.
Yes.
And see all of the items, y'all. There's some nice stuff. I mean, I'm like, okay, I can take that. I can do that. So definitely, please take advantage of it. Now, are there any things that you're doing outside of the posting? Do you have anything that may be coming up now that we've kind of lifted the pandemic?
Right now, we've been focusing on working out inside the home. We did have a Zoom call in the midst of the pandemic where we was touching bases with the ladies. And with the in-home schooling, I had my goddaughter on where she has been homeschooling for years. So she was able to provide tips to everyone. And then I had Stephanie, who is a high school counselor, to give advice on parents, how to stay engaged, some of the things to look for, and to how to work around this new reality. And we had a school teacher who she spoke with the parents. So actually, experienced professionals that's been doing it to speak to our audience. So I've been thinking on staying connected that way with the Zoom with
Good.
the ladies, to just have another touch basis, to see a check-in, to see how's everyone doing. I haven't put a date on it yet, but everything will be posted on our social media outlets.
Okay.
And
Definitely.
I'm a super text blaster. So if you ever give me your number, and next to it is we run this, and you know, I
We
shoot. Yes, I keep
Texas
you
and we run
informed.
that.
I am a bugger. I keep you informed very well.
She does. She does, everyone. And we appreciate that. We really do. We're actually going to pause. If there's anything at the conclusion of the show tonight, you'll be able to give us some final follow-up tips, some words of encouragement, some words of affirmation. Thank you for sharing with us your journey. Thank you for sharing with us how you actually started We Run This, because it's hard to keep staying motivated during the pandemic when you're so limited, not out of the places not being available, but just for the protection of your health and your safety and the safety of
Yes.
your well-being. So thank you so much for keeping us motivated.
Thank you.
Once again, everyone, you do know how to get in touch with Sherry Dobbins of the We Run This movement. It's www.werunThisDFW.com. So you can always catch her there, and then always on her platforms, but she'll actually share more at the end of the show. So Sherry, thank you so much.
Thank
To all of
you.
Sherry family, fans, and friends, please don't leave. We have Dr. Lori Butler coming up, and then Sherry and Dr. Lori will come back at the end. So please stay tuned. Don't go away. Of course, as you always know, LonnieB has to pay bills. So therefore, we have to go to a commercial. Sherry, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
And
This is great. An honor. Thank you.
oh, thank you. It's an honor, and thank you for accepting. So definitely, we will be back on shortly. Everyone, please just go ahead and refill your beverage. Mine is water, as always, but this is in my Optic Tea glass. Refill your beverage, and then stay tuned, because when we come back, we'll be up close and personal with Dr. Lori. We'll catch up with Dr. Lori to see what she has working now. So thank you so much. And Dr. Sherry, thank you. Thank you, everyone, and we are back. As you can see, this week's show is actually supported by Fragrance for God by Universal Purpose. It will be coming out soon. It is a signature fragrance that actually has been created and designed by the owner and operator of Universal Purpose, Desmond Patterson, a good friend of mine. So please stay tuned for that fragrance that will be coming out. As I stated, everyone, tonight we will be catching up again with Dr. Lori. But before we go to Dr. Lori, just want to do a few shout outs to individuals. I want to say shout out to the ladies of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, Gamma Alpha Omega Zeta. That is a new chapter that has been chartered in the city and the Collin County with the Home City Service of McKinney. They actually received a proclamation declaring February the 23rd, Gamma Alpha Omega Zeta Day by the City Council and the Mayor of the City of McKinney. So congratulations to the ladies of Gamma Alpha Omega Zeta. Once again, we always are celebrating those milestones where we are making a difference in the communities in which we live and serve. So now, everyone, a few weeks ago, we had the opportunity to visit with the Dr. Lori Butler. Tonight she's coming back. She has some new things to share with us, which I don't even know. All I got was a book cover. So I'm excited to hear about this, but I know it has been something that has been working in the process in the mills. But also she'll be sharing with us. She just celebrated another year of life. I don't think she's back. Her son had the opportunity to celebrate his big day out of the state. So there's a lot of things that she'll be catching up from the last time that we spoke with Dr. Lori. So everyone, please do a virtual clan clap as we bring on Dr. Lori Butler. Hello.
Hey, Lonnie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Hopefully my connection will keep us together.
Okay. So does that mean you're not in Texas still?
No, I am here. I'm here, but the internet is doing something crazy per usual.
Yes. Yes, always when good things happen, good things are going on,
So
there are
since we
always
last
panic
talked,
in the atmosphere, right?
our journal's out.
Yes.
Our
And
affirmations
what?
journal is out. So super excited about that. We've been doing really good with that. So that's an
Yes.
accomplishment that you, I, and Miko can all share in together. So that was a great accomplishment. Hand clap for all of us. Yay. So I'm super excited about that. So that's something that we talked about the last time, but it actually has come to fruition. So that is a major accomplishment for the three of us. So that's something that we can share together and something I'm really proud of.
Right. I'm trying to actually get a copy of it so I can show it. Because we were all shocked when we saw the final product. I think I'm super excited about it. Everyone thinks it was just I thought it was going to be like, oh, just a workbook, and then I got it. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm in college, but I love it. This is it.
Yeah,
This is the final product.
it's
Has daily
beautiful.
affirmations.
It's beautiful.
Has a love letter to yourself. And it gives you,
It's
there are things that you have to be accountable for. But the good thing about it is that we'll actually be going live to talk about it and to
beautiful.
hear some of your love letters. So yes,
And
you
that
did
thing
this, Lori.
you can reflect and you can write and you can journal, you can go back and look at where you were and where you're going. So that's the best thing about it.
Absolutely.
The absolute best thing about it.
Yes. So what else has been going on?
So that's what is, well, got a couple of things in the fire. So we have that going. And then got a couple other books coming out. We have the Covert Commander that's coming out, pre-selling starting in March. And this book is going to be something very different that I had not planned to do, but needed to do. One of those things that God says differently. You're not supposed to do that in your head, but God said, "Oh yeah, you're going to do that thing." So yeah, that's one of those type of things that I had to do that I wasn't planning on doing, but I needed to go ahead and do it. And mainly because it's personal, fictional type of a situation,
Okay.
but it's also it's a stigmatism that's really serious with PTSD, and a lot of people struggle with that, and it is something that people who are involved with people who deal with that, it can't be fixed. You can't help them. They have to want to help themselves. And you can try just out of the love that you have for those people, but you can't help them. They just it has to come from within. And it's a story behind the story. And it's a really good read. It's fictionally based on some events, but it's a story in there based within the military and how they don't get the help that they really need from the PTSD that they succumb to from wars, etc. So it's really a shame, and it's really kind of sad. But I've gone to a couple of the groups with the Veterans Administration, and just to look at that and see the people that have suffered from PTSD is really, really, it's disheartening. It's really disheartening. So it's a serious issue, and I think it'll give a lot of people a different perspective as to what they can and can't do, and a directional point as to how to get people help. And of course, obviously, if somebody's having a real PTSD issue, you should call 911, obviously. But otherwise, if you think it's something that is a circumstance where they just need to talk to someone, obviously, you can just call 800-270-TALK, and that'll get you directed to the Veterans Administration.
Okay. And I know you're breaking up a little bit. Something you said is that you said in some of the
March the 3rd, I believe, and that's up on the website at theloriebutler.com. So that one will be going on sale.
Okay. And so you were breaking up, but you said it's on March 3rd. It'll be going pre-sales. I think we lost
Are you
her.
there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
We still connected?
Yes. I think we lost her. But something she said is that when you
Let's have her connected. I'm just gonna
Okay.
keep talking because I think we're still connected.
Can you hear me?
Can't see you there.
We have to love technology, right? So I it's interesting. One of the things you said, if you can hear me, Dr. Lori, is that.
Are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, there you are.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay. I can.
Okay. So one of the things you said was that you went to some of the sessions at the VA for individuals who have PTSD, and I've actually I've met some individuals who had PTSD, and you're absolutely right. They do have to want the help. And oftentimes they don't even know where to begin to get the help or to even help themselves. And so you find a lot of them actually left alone, left isolated, because it is very, it's very different. It's very challenging. And, not every person can handle someone or go or endure what you have to endure with a person who has PTSD. I'm really interested to hear more about as well as to read it, get it in my hands and read it, so we can really talk about it. Sounds like you are coming from a personal experience, so I'm eager to hear what it has, what's in it, what lies ahead in the Commander Covert. But now, what else do you have next?
Yes.
So the
next is the personal story, Jillian.
Yes.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, because that's what I was going to ask you about, Jillian's story.
What was your question?
I was going to ask you about Jillian's story. How's that coming along?
Jillian's Grateful Journey.
Yes.
Yeah, Jillian's Grateful Journey. That was what I was initially trying to put out. Yeah, I was going to initially put that out first, but that's Jillian's story told from the perspective of my daughter's story, and just her whole entire story of how she came into the world with a disability, and how she doesn't know she has the disability, and how she's one of the happiest children on earth. And it's kind of told from her viewpoint, as I feel like she should have told her story. And I think it's going to be a lighter story that people need to hear. Because I think so many times, often people see children with disabilities and they just go, oh, and they just feel so sad. But, I don't think they should feel sad, because I think those children are some of the happiest children in the world. And they just have the best disposition, really. They do.
Absolutely.
And so I just think from her perspective, as I see it within her journey, she's been one of the happiest children all throughout the 18 years of her life. Has she had obstacles and challenges? Obviously, yes. But from a standpoint of being happy and traveling and seeing the world just like any other child, in some aspects more than other children have had the opportunity to see the world, she's done that.
Awesome.
And it's a story that she will, told, but it's also going to take you all the way back to when she was born at, 26 weeks, and she was only 1 pound, and the trials and tribulations that came with that.
Okay, awesome. And is that still slated for a 2021 release?
Yes, that's still in March also.
Awesome. So if anyone wants to keep in touch and stay in the loop, in the know with Dr. LonnieB Butler, how can they stay in contact with you?
They can follow me on Instagram at the LonnieB Butler, or they can follow me on Facebook at LonnieB Butler, Twitter, LonnieB Butler, website at thelonniebutler.com. And then we're going to have the talk show coming up. That is the Misfortune to Magnificent.
Yes.
M2M, which
Yes.
I am going to have this wonderful producer, LonnieB, yours truly.
Thank you.
And it is going to be a talk show that something that people don't really want to talk about. And by that, I mean, it's subject matter such as, why do so many Black males plea bargain? And why, I'm going to have the subject matter of how many prisoners go back to jail versus how many do not. My first guest will be one of my cousins, Tracy Harris, and how she was able to be in the prison system, come out, graduate, get her master's, and now she's working her field, and she was able to turn the tide. So things of that nature. And then also working with interviewing a police officer who has a child that is a Black son, but also working with people who also have to deal with Black lives that matter.
As a
things
police
of
officer.
that nature. As a police officer, yes.
Wow. Okay.
That type of subject matter is what I'm looking at. Just the diverse subject matter that has a lot of substance and a lot of controversy.
Controversy, deep thought. It's interesting because in May and June, I'll be featuring women in May for Mother's Day and men in June. And my June topic is actually for the men is I'm not just a Black man in America. No, it's I'm not a Black man in America. I'm just a Black man. Because it doesn't matter if you're the janitor or if you're the VP of a CEO of a company. Once you step out of that position and that title, and you go into just the general population of our society, go to the grocery store, the white person forgets that you are that VP CEO. All they see is the Black man that they want to profile.
The color of your skin. The color of your skin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting panel. So I'm excited about that one. But again, as always, it's exciting to catch up with you. Of course, I catch up with you almost once a week. But to hear about the things that are coming, it's truly an honor to hear about them, to see all that you are doing while being a single mom. You know,
Yes.
some of us, we, as single moms, we get to actually stop once the child gets 18 and go off to college.
Mm-hmm.
Yours doesn't stop. Yours
No,
doesn't stop, you know,
it does not.
but despite that, you still
Yeah.
live your life and your kids still have an opportunity to live their life to the fullest. So I appreciate about that. I appreciate that about you. And it does
Yeah.
encourage and empower me to keep going forward, even when I want to give up, because I don't have an excuse. So thank
Yeah.
you so much.
You guys
Um,
motivate me. You guys motivate me as well too. So thank you for that. You guys stay on me. You stay on me really tough, and I appreciate that. Accountability.
Always, always. Sherry made a reference earlier, said as an adult, her circle has changed. And we'll actually talk
Mhm.
about, actually, what we'll do is I'll bring her on so we can all do final remarks, and then I'll make my
Mhm.
comment while she's in the room. Do you know, uh, let's go ahead and bring Sherry back in. But Lori, do
Okay.
you know Sherry?
I don't. I haven't met Sherry.
Okay.
More?
So it's funny.
She
So
looks familiar,
Sherry
but
and
I don't think I know her.
no, I just
No, I
thought,
don't
we're
think
all
we've
in the
met.
same area.
Huh?
Um, we're all from the same area.
Yeah.
So Sherry and I met at Kimball riding the bus to Arts Magnet, 1986. Lori and I met at
Okay.
church, and oh my God, what was that, 1983, 84?
Just the other day.
Yeah, just the other day.
Yeah.
So it has been a while, but ladies, I truly want to say thank you. You are a hidden gem within our community in which we live. Your voice is a voice of difference, a voice of change, a voice of motivation, a voice of empowerment, a voice of encouragement. And during the times, what I have learned is during this pandemic, that actually has changed the trajectory and the mindset of a person's life going forward. So I thank you for your contribution in the world, in the society, of making a difference. You both have movements. You have movements because where you feel that sometimes we feel we're the only one, you all bring it to light because you bring people together to show us that no, you're not the only one. There's tons.
That's right.
There's plenty out there. So I thank you, ladies, for joining in. Before we go, Miss Sherry, Miss Ann Reed said, "Hi, Sherry. Thank you for inviting me."
Hey, Ann.
So I want to tell you all, I'm excited. I'm truly excited to be connected to the both of you. Because you all speak so much life through me. It's not always verbal. Sometimes it's just seeing you on social media, seeing you moving, seeing you doing things, helping me break out of my safe zones during this whole pandemic. So you two ladies inspire me in so many ways. And it's not so much as sometimes we look for someone to say something, but I'm in a season of looking for someone who actually can show me something, show me through their actions, show me what they're doing. So I want to say thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Um,
you for the
and
platform.
oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So before we get out of here, I want each of you to actually have whatever it is that you want to actually pour into someone, because Optic Tea with LonnieB is an empowerment vignette that encourages individuals. So before we leave, I will let you both have the have last comments. I was about to sound like the church. Final remarks.
The benediction.
Right. Have the final comments, and then be sure to let everyone know how they can get in contact with you. Lori, we'll start with you.
You can reach me at theloributler.com or on Instagram at theloributler or Facebook at Lori Butler. And I would say final comments would be bloom right where you're planted, and know that where you are right now is exactly where you are supposed to be, and just keep moving forward.
That's good. That
Yes.
means there's purpose in everyone. That's good.
Mhm.
Thank you, Lori, for sharing that.
Mhm.
Sherry Dobbins here. I can be reached, or you can follow our movement, our activities on Facebook, We Run This, or Instagram at We Run This DFW. or our website, www.werunThisDFW.com. And I would like to share with everyone the one thing that I hold on to, and I try to instill into the ladies that follow myself, the ladies in the group, and anyone that I encounter. And specifically, I have 2 daughters that I'm raising, not alone, but I want them to know that I grew up an insecure little girl. So it's important for me to know that I can do anything that I set my mind to. And it all starts mental, whether working out, eating right, everything. And you don't have to get it right all of the time. Just don't quit. You can pause, but just don't quit.
I like that.
So true.
You can pause, but just don't quit.
Just don't quit.
Don't quit. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Before we go, y'all, the final comment was from my sister. I don't know if you all have ever heard it, but those the listening viewers. So as a young girl, I've always as a young girl, I've always named my sister. I didn't want a Mattel Barbie. I had my own Barbie. It was my sister. So, hi Valerie. She was my own little Barbie. So even now, and she's older, of course, but even now, I still reference her as my Barbie because that's what I wanted to hold on to watch her, to look at her. To have the work ethic that she had, to have the integrity that she had in her workplace. She worked for Dallas Parks and Recreation, still does. Hopefully this is retirement year, but she keeps coming up with projects. But just to see her, to have the tenacity and the work ethic that she had growing up, me growing up, watching her as an adult, meant a lot to me. So I'm always excited when I see her name pop up because she's so busy. You talk about the social butterfly, talk about having anxiety because she's in the house. That would be her. Me, I'm good. So it's always good to see my sister. But ladies, truly, it is an honor and a pleasure. And I thank you all. Please keep us informed. Please keep us in the know of everything that you're doing and anything that Optic Tea with LonnieB can do. If you ever want to come back on, please do not hesitate to shoot me an email. I will welcome you back with any new adventures, projects, or programs that you have. But as always,
Sherry, look for me. Look for me, Sherry. I'm a join.
Yes, okay. Yes. And thank you for all that you're doing, because that PTSD is very important.
Yeah.
It's that
mindset. Serious.
Yeah, it's a mental. So we don't talk about as much as we should. Mentality. Yeah.
So awesome. So ladies, and this is what it's about, networking. I'm just a contact. Once you all connect, Lori, I can't wait to see you on the TV shows to talk about PTSD, because that is something that's untapped in the African American community. So
it is.
We know about it. We just don't talk about it. So, so it'll be exciting to hear that. So ladies, please keep us informed. Anything that I can do, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. And to everyone who tuned in tonight, everyone who joined in,
thank you.
If you have someone who can benefit from this, please, the show actually stays continuous. It's always on Optic Tea with LonnieB, or you can catch it on my YouTube live channel, on my YouTube channel at Optic Tea with LonnieB. So please share this with someone, keep them in the know. And as always, tag a friend, text a friend, and tweet a friend. And my mantra, as always, smile. Remember to smile. You owe it to yourself. Don't ever let anyone take it away from you. Everyone, it has been a pleasure. Ladies, it has truly been a pleasure. Have a good night. And to everyone, we will see you in 2 weeks. Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching another episode of Optic Tea with LonnieB. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Stay connected on and off the show by following Optic Tea with LonnieB on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.